bamboo is from us doing restoration work here for the past year. These little paths that you see throughout, these were all covered in bamboo and English ivy. So we've taken volunteers out here for, like I said, the past year. I've been doing Saturday projects here every first Saturday of the month. And the majority of the work we've done has been removing this bamboo and treating the stumps to try to get rid of it. And that's why we're here planting now. I had a project at the beginning of last month to plant the trees that you see, and now we're finishing that up tomorrow. So yeah, we're basically trying to create a healthy environment and allow for the wildlife here to thrive and the native plants to thrive, and kind of shade out things like the bamboo and the kudzu and the wisteria and other problems that we've had here from coming back and just taking over the land, and allow these trees to thrive and create a healthy biodiversity, and allow our wildlife to have nutritious foods. Basically just a healthy forest.
That's great.
I'm Phil Floyd.
I'm Trent.
Okay.
And I'm community service for Trees Atlanta in beautiful Brownwood Park, East Atlanta Village area. And I grew up here in the city, so I'm kind of attached to the landscape, the trees, if you will. They say Atlanta was developed so late, and so it has a lot of virgin forest, which wasn't plowed under, wasn't turned into agricultural land, so we're lucky to live in this kind of urban forest, and Trees Atlanta is probably the best way to get out and get your hands dirty and get in it.
Yep. And I'm from Louisiana. I moved up here about 1.5 years ago, so I'm from the backwoods of Louisiana, so I kind of grew up in the forest as well. After I got out of the military, really just like to stay in it, so I do go camping and all kind of stuff, but like you said, Trees Atlanta is a great organization. Come volunteer with them. You'll get to see a lot of the, in the city kind of green spaces, and I think Atlanta is, if not one of the top cities that has, the most tree per square foot. So, it's a great organization, and it's fun to come volunteer.
Georgia Tech, man.
I can actually ask you some questions about...
Oh, some questions. I'm in an environmental eco-critic class at Tech. It's an honors class.
Okay.
Where you study like the culture and history of trees. It's pretty interesting, honestly, but it's a lot of reading, and it's like, what's my relation to landscape? That's honestly a big philosophical question, I feel like.
Yeah.
Where's Thoreau at? I don't know. Yeah, no, that's actually a big question. What is my relationship to them? I'm kind of a city dweller, quite frankly. But I kind of grew up in suburbia, in the Atlanta suburbs, and I was blessed to kind of have a forest and a creek in my backyard where I could just kind of wander around and do things. I always appreciated that. But what is my relationship to the landscape? I need to think about that question more, quite frankly, because that question is actually very thought-provoking to me. What we're always asking ourselves, right, is how, even in cities, you're like, how do you interact with the space? How do you engage with the world around you at all times? And I don't know, we cultivate and shape nature to our own whims, and nature cultivates and shapes us in a way. So it's kind of interesting to think about. And it's nice to get out of Georgia Tech's insular city and kind of get out and explore a little bit.
Right.
Do something new.
Pretty straightforward.
See the sights. I've never been up here before, so yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Okay.